pieces. He's thinking about his opening approach. It's 3, 2, 1, and is it going to be the King's Pawn opening? It is, and it's another Sicilian.
Probably, I was going to say Najdorf. No, Firouzja definitely grew up a lot on Najdorf as he was rising through the ranks. We saw a lot of brilliant Najdorfs from him, but the E6 option, maybe, keeping flexible here. You can go Khan, you can go Taimanov Sicilian. Let's see what he picks.
Well, I'm happy to see an open Sicilian on the board, I will say that. So it's Queen C7. This is all very standard theory so far. It's also a great opening choice by Black when you're not looking for long theory lines, those 25 moves with your home prep, and it becomes slower. Black wants to expand on the queen side with that b-pawn moving forward, place the bishop on that long light square diagonal. Gives a lot of hope. There are a lot of times when I've been in must-win situations, this has been my opening of choice.
So maybe there won't be any G4, but there is some very fun lines here for White.
Yeah, some very fun lines. Potential pawn sacrifices in the air as well. White's King's Pawn often does try to step up the board just to clamp down. You can also try to bring your bishop to this diagonal to challenge Black's Queen right now. The Black Queen and Bishop battery along this diagonal, very strong for Black, relying a lot upon that. But Black, of course, lagging behind in development with his kingside pieces. Tanya, you mentioned you've played this on occasion. What should both sides be aiming for in the next few moves?
Well, I've played it with the black side, and usually you want to put your bishop on b7, and sometimes be brave enough to even go alongside castle with black right now. If you get a chance and you can break in the center with d5, that would be the dream. Right now, this move, it's a tricky one by Jan because it stops Black from actually taking out that bishop, finishing development, so no bishop e7 because g7 is hanging. And if the knight comes out to f6, that natural square, you've got these ideas of pushing the e-pawn forward, kicking that knight out, and then the bishop can join the light square diagonal, the one that you pointed out with bishop e2 and bishop f3. We might be seeing both sides go with queenside castle in this. I'm expecting bishop b7 as the next move.
Oh, I can just see you smiling there. Can't see. I can just
Oh,
see you
yeah.
excited about that prospect.
I can't sit still, rocking back and forth. I can't sit still. No, this is going to be some type of fight. You always get that in a Sicilian anyway. That's what you're looking for when White goes open Sicilian. They want to fight. Black is playing the Sicilian to have a fight. So you actually are going to have some tactics here, lots of fun. And Black is going to have to figure out, how do I develop my king side? That is a very, very valid question. As Tanya pointed out, knight f6 could be hit with an e5. Maybe castle queen side first, then an e5 to have more pressure on the d file. There's all type of tactics. Black does need to figure out what to do. And from an opening standpoint, or from a principle standpoint, White has more pieces developed. Black only has out the queen and made these three pawn moves out here that aren't the greatest, of course. I mean, there's still, e6 helps the bishop get out. We have space on the queen side, but we need to move our pieces out, and that is what Alireza is trying to figure out right now. Maybe he could go bishop e7 anyway.
Ooh, that's not a move I've seen before.
Yeah, that's
Very creative.
very opportunistic as well. That moment would have passed if White had the chance to castle queenside and control the square. Now the White Queen, trapped from the exchange, cannot run away from the trade of queens.
Magnus just has a tendency to make it all turn around.
Magnus turned it around but let it slip when he was on the brink of a draw because he only had a few seconds left. This game, Alireza Firouzja, he's been playing on seconds for so many moves by now, but it's all about the pawn count. He's currently 2 pawns down, 0 counterplay. He's desperately trying to push on the king side, but Nepomniachtchi just maximum control. If any rooks disappear, this is just game over. The white a pawn is going to cruise forward and promote.
And that white knight is also going to jump to the center of the board via e3. Beautiful squares on d5 and f5. And like you said, once the queenside pawns start pushing, it's the end of the game. No passers, no counterplay for Alireza. A pair of rooks come off first. Jan targeting that h7 pawn, picks it up.
Yeah. Positions with knights, it's always the a and h pawns that are so tricky to stop. Knights struggle to prevent those rooks pawns from running because they can only stop them from one side. But okay, in the meantime, some checks.
An incredible time clock management by Jan in both these games. You know, he's forced Alireza to those final seconds where the mistakes happen. And now with these passers all over the board, I think we're expecting resignations very soon.
Very soon. Yeah, it's all about the clock. Alireza not giving himself enough time. We saw it in the Magnus game. It's so difficult to fight against the best players in the world. When you have 5 seconds, they have minutes at their disposal. But okay, he's still alive. He blockades white's h-pawn. The a-pawn is going to start running.
The whole board is overloaded right now for Alireza. He can't get pieces enough to defend but fight against both these pawns. He's trying to push his own e-pawn though. Will he have enough time? I think he's just too slow in the race.
Yeah, too slow in the race, too slow on the clock. And yeah, the 2-front attack here. Getting hit from both sides. Alireza, he's trying to harass the white rook with his knight. Where is the killer blow? Jan might get a bit frustrated. Okay, second time we've seen this position.
Yeah, he finds it. And I think he's just going to push the a pawn next, tying down that black rook from taking the h7 pawn because the white pawn queens.
Yeah.
And rook That's it.
Wow.
Handshakes. It's Jan Nepomniachtchi with a 2-2 lead.
2-0. Jan is kind of trying to make it look easy here. 3.5 wins the match. Alireza is almost in a must-win situation.
I agree with that. I think this next game with white for Alireza, it's essential that he gets the point. It's going to be very tough for him to come back because then he plays black next, and you can see it in him, you know.